Good morning. Wasn't sure how many of you to expect since it's Mother's Day and moving out day at F&M, so I'm glad that you're all here. Let's see. So I was thinking about what we would do if only a few of you are here, and now that there are more than a few of you, I have to think of a new thing. So let's just get started. Oh, a couple of announcements before we do go. Our fall teacher training is on sale. It will begin in September. One of our teachers, Megan, will be teaching a workshop on Saturday the 31st from 1:30 to 3:15. It's a $25 workshop, and it's a style of movement, yoga and martial arts blended, that she loves to practice called Budokan. You'll find that to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested, ask me afterwards, ask Matt afterwards, and we can explain what that's about. Then also we have a Baptiste program coming in the end of June, the last weekend, Art of Assisting, and it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday program. So if you've ever thought, I like to try a little something, I don't know if I'm ready for like a whole teacher training, that's a great program for a student to improve their practice, an assistant or a teacher. So open to anybody who's interested. Let's get started. Start in child's pose. Toes together, knees open. Stretch your hips back to your heels, lean forward and bring your forehead down to your mat or your forearms, but make your body comfortable. This is an opportunity to just take yourself apart and put it back together exactly the way it will work best for you so that you leave the practice feeling good, body feeling good, head feeling clear, ready for a great day. So take a deep, deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Deep breath in and exhale. I'll just remind you that the invitation always stands to customize every pose of the practice for what feels good in your body today. With your next breath, lift your body up into downward facing dog and begin to explore. Bend your knees back and forth. Check out where your hands are placed and where your feet are placed. And with no information from how it's been on another day, just based on how it is today, set your pose up so it feels good to you. So it's the shape of an upside down letter V. You can open your feet hip width distance and sink your heels down. You can open your hands shoulder width distance and press the knuckle of your pointer finger down into the mat. You can experiment with pressing your chest to the floor or pulling your ribs in and lifting your back more toward the ceiling. Soften your knees and stretch your hips up and back. Once you feel like you've created something that works well for you, then hold that pose and create 3 really powerful breaths. Breaths that rush in through your body and fill it up, and breaths that move out and clean it out. After the last breath, raise your right leg into the air behind you, stretch it up and back. Get really conscious about what your lifted leg and lifted foot are doing. Flex your foot. Press your heel back like it's standing on the wall behind you and wake your whole body up. From your fingers pressing into the ground to your heel, imagine it's standing on the wall behind you. Then bend your knee and bring your heel to your hip. Turn your hips open toward Africa and create a stretch from your right palm pressing down to your right knee reaching up. Ask each one of your ribs to ease away from the other. Step your right foot forward between your hands and lunge down. Bring your back knee to the ground. A big lunge, so there's a lot of length between your front heel and back knee. Lunge your knee over top of your toes. Now put your 2 hands on your right thigh and press down. Lift up tall in your body and look over toward Africa. You stay really purposeful, dedicated to the room having a full breath flowing through it throughout the whole practice. You can turn your toes out to the right to 2 o'clock. Peel the sole of your foot off of the floor so your knee drops down to the ground. And put your hand on your right thigh, not knee. And roll your thigh out away from your body and down to the floor. As you do that, just turn your chest up to the ceiling. Keep breath moving in the room. You can have your hand on the ground or your forearm on the ground, but reach around behind you with your right hand. Bend your back knee, reach for your ankle. Take hold of your your left ankle with your right hand. You may have to crouch around to get the grip on your ankle or use a strap, and then ease the pose open. That's it. Just keep letting your knee fold over here toward Africa. Stay forward in your lunge. It's tempting to sit back on this pose, but stay forward. Really stretch out your quad muscle. If you're on your back knee and it's hurting, adjust so you come off of your kneecap and onto what would seem like the bottom of your quad muscle. You can unwind and put your hands on the ground and step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Get really purposeful about clearing the slate. Then raise your left leg up into the air. Hands, push them like they're pushing through your mat into the floor beneath you. Then bend your top knee. Open your hips toward the left. That's it. So you would probably want to soften your back bottom knee so you can lift your hips up and back. There it is. And pull the weight out of your hands. So your shoulders can relax down. Your hips can lift high, and you can open up between each one of your ribs. That's it. Step your left foot between your hands, lunge down onto your right knee. A deep forward lunge where you can experience stretching in the front of your right hip. Put your two hands on your left thigh and press down. Lift up with your chest and look to the left. Create breath in the room as a means of moving energy, a means of clearing out what's sitting in what is so that you can purposefully put back in an intention. Move your foot to the left to 10 o'clock. Peel the sole of your foot off of the ground. Right hand on the floor. Press onto your left thigh bone out and down. You can turn your chest up to the ceiling. There's so many things that you can be aware of in this pose. You can open the space between your ribs and thigh. You can be aware of pushing down on your right palm so you rise up in your right armpit. Right hand on the ground or right forearm, reach around behind you. Capture your right ankle. Or lasso it with the strap and hold on to the strap. Make your arm a little longer. Then ease your chest open. Keep lunging forward. You've got it. That's it, Ginny. Yeah, keep that dropping. Once you get hold of your foot, allow yourself to ease forward. And then with an exhale, soften in your back. Keep softening in your body, softening the resistance, and easing your shoulder open. Where do you feel it the most? In your quad? Your knee. Let's come off of your knee a little bit then. Better? A little bit? Stay there. If you find that your knee is dying and you've already tried to come off of your kneecap and onto your quad muscle, you can fold up a towel and put it under your knee, or ask for one of Anita's yoga jellies to put under your knee. Okay, unwind. Put your hands on the floor, downward facing dog. Stretch your hips up and back. So push your hands into the ground and pull your hips back like you're going to sit on the wall behind you. Take all of the weight out of your hands as much as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and clear out your breath. Look to your hands and step forward. Open your feet parallel to one another in hip width distance. With an inhale, lift up halfway. Make your body long and flat. And then exhale, hang down. You can fold your arms and hold your opposite elbow. Sway from side to side. Let your spine get longer. Let your head hang heavy. Once you've done the swaying from side to side, you can just hang still in the center. And bring your concentration into your feet. Just push them down into the ground. And raise your tailbone up to the ceiling. You can just hang forward, thinking about pushing your heels down and lifting your tailbone up. Make your legs powerful and active. Okay, fingertips to the floor, walk your feet together, come all the way up to standing and reach your arms overhead like you're stretching up out of your feet. Exhale, bring your hands into prayer position at your heart and pause. Now open your eyes. Set your gaze on one point in the room. It has a way of letting you know that you're right here. And set an intention for your practice today. 3 times. We'll chant Om together. Take a deep breath in. Reach up to the ceiling and breathe in. Stretch up out of your feet. Fold to the floor as you breathe out. Now lift up just halfway. Look forward about 3 feet. And then step back to a high push-up position and lower down to a low push-up position. You're welcome to use your knees on the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. So straighten your arms and lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. And as you exhale, keep pressing your thigh bones back. Take a full breath in. Experience your whole body expand. And exhale, empty. Squeeze your ribs in. 1 more breath. Breathe in. Exhale, empty your breath. Now look to your hands and step or jump up to your hands with your feet together. Halfway lift. Flat back, fold down. Inhale and stand. Let the inhale lift you up out of your feet and fold to the floor as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Low push up, breathe out. We also call this chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Work together, breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in and breathe out. Again, breathe in. Fully empty your breath. Look to your hands and jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, long flat back, fold down. Chair pose, squat back like you're reaching for a chair and stretch your arms to the upper front corner of the room. Now stay here as you breathe. Sit way back into your heels. Yes, that's it, Scott. Turn your baby fingers toward one another. That sets your shoulder blades. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Pull the pit of your belly into your body, yet keep your tail reaching back. Don't tuck, right there. Last breath, stretch up and fold to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Arm bones back, soften your elbows, Sherry. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands. Turn your back foot flat and lunge. Now arms up to the ceiling, look up. Hands back down to the floor, low push-up. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step your left foot between your hands, back foot flat, arms up, eyes up. Hands down, chaturanga. That's it. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths, fill up. And empty out. Push your hands down, press your heels down, breathe in. And exhale. Last one here, inhale. Exhale, empty your breath. Look at your hands, jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, long flat body, fold down. Chair pose, sit deep, reach your arms up, feel your fingertips reach, then fold to the floor. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, arm bones back, downward facing dog. Right foot step, big lunge, arms up, strong back leg, Peggy. Hands down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left side step, big lunge, arms reach up and back, hands down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale and sink your heels down as you exhale. Breath in. Relax your shoulders down your back as you breathe out. One more time, breathe in. And then soften your shoulders, breathe out. There you go. Look to your hands, step or jump forward. Halfway lift and fold. Chair pose, squat back, reach your arms up. Fold to the floor. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Raise your right leg into the air behind you. Bend your knee, heel to your hip. Turn your hips open toward Africa. Flip over. Just let your right foot keep traveling across. Left hand on the ground. You've got it. Keep going, Scott. You're right there. Yes, reach up to the ceiling. That's it. Reach to the wall in front of you now. All the way over into wheel if it works for you. That's it. Right there's the spot. Keep stretching. Keep stretching. Keep stretching. Maybe your hand reaches for the ground. There you go. Reach back up to the ceiling with your right arm and then flip over. That's it. It's a weird twist of your ribs. Side plank. Right hand down, left arm up, face the left. Stack your feet on top of one another or one in front of the other. Bring your top hip this way, 2 more inches. There you go. Now look up to the ceiling. Reach up to the ceiling. 3 more breaths. You can intensify by lifting your top leg. Here's the last breath. Make your belly strong. Hands to the ground with control, low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in. And a sigh, clear out the breath. Left leg into the air. Bend your knee, heel to your hip. Turn your hips open to the left. Flip over. 2 feet on the ground. Reach your left arm up and then forward. Now you can keep on reaching to the ground to put 2 hands on the floor for wheel pose. It requires a funny little spin of your hand. Keep reaching, keep reaching. You can reach all the way for the floor. Let that spin. I won't drop you. You can get a sense of how weird it is. Yes, it's like that. Then reach back up, and all the way over into side plank. Left hand on the ground. It's a little awkward, but you have the capacity. Right arm up. Side plank, you face Africa. Stack your feet and bring your hips this way. Top hip this way. So they actually are stacked. One is not behind the other. You've got it. Push down with your left hand so that you rise up with your right armpit. Can you make your right armpit more hollow, more light by pressing the knuckle of your pointer finger? Rise up right there. Another breath. Look up, maybe reach. Hands to the floor, low plank. Strong belly. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in. And a sigh, raise your right leg into the air. As you exhale, knee to your nose, step forward to crescent lunge. Crescent lunge is on the ball of your back foot, arms in the air. Take a deep lunge with deep legs. Bend your knee a lot. Activate your back leg. Really bring action into your back leg so that your back heel can move to the left just a little bit more to bring weight into your back baby toe. When that happens, your left hip will come forward more. Just your left hip, Bruce. Can you do that? I'll show you. There. Now push back on your big toe. Yep. Pull the pit of your belly into your body and reach up. Really lift yourself up out of your legs. So your lunge stays deep, but you lift up so that it's an experience of pulling yourself up out of your hips, out of your legs. Then 2 more breaths, reach up and back. The furthest back you're allowed to go is when you touch the heel of your foot behind you. It happens. Hands to prayer position, look forward. Just don't look at me when you're looking for that to happen. Twist toward the right. My fingers don't touch my heel. Elbow to your right knee. Make your back leg strong, like somebody's pushing down on your hamstring, and you're not going to let them win that tug of war. You can open your arms, bottom arm down, top arm up. You can push into this. There it is. Wrap your top arm behind your back to halfway bind the pose. You can reach under your front leg. This is a tricky bind to make it a full bind. You can reach under your front leg and hold hands with your other arm or keep the half bind. Keep that back leg strong. 3 more breaths. When you exhale, soften your back and turn. 1 more breath. Stay for the whole exhale. When it's gone, inhale, spin around to warrior 2. Face the left side of the room. Lunge deeply. So you can point your right toes, your right knees to the front of the room. Open your feet for a really long stance. Come out to here with your front foot. There you go. Bend your front knee down. A little more, Kendra. There you go. Extended side angle. Bring your right fingertips to the floor at the arch of your front foot. You can use a block. Once you establish where your right arm would be, it could rest on your right thigh if this is your first class. Once you establish it, then get back down into the lunge. Bring your left hip back down into the lunge. It's usually missing from the pose. Yeah, so go down, and when you can't stay down anymore, straighten your front leg and take a breath, but endeavor to stay in a deep lunge. Bend your knee more, Caleb. Yes, bend your knee a little more too. You could probably have your foot out here. Yes, there you go. Last breath, hug your belly in and reach up. Lots of control, hands to the floor. Chaturanga, that was nice, Karen. Pull your ribs in as you step up and back, chaturanga. Upward dog, downward facing dog. Breath in, exhale through your mouth, wipe the slate clean. Left leg into the air, stretch it back, really long, inspired by your breath. Then as you exhale, knee to your nose and step, left foot between your hands. Crescent lunge, arms overhead. This pose is also called Anjane Asana. Imagine your legs are a pair of scissors, and you're working to close the scissors, like you're going to suck your legs back together. So on the ball of your back foot, that's it. Hips square to the front of the room, strong back leg, make it powerful. Now reach up out of your legs and back. Keep your front knee bending. A back bend comes from powerful legs. Keep it bending, reach up and back. A little more roll in that one. This one stay. Pit of your belly in, reach up and back. Let your shoulders relax. Hands to prayer position, pause, look forward. Twist toward the left, anchor your right elbow outside of your left knee. Activate your back leg. Even lift up out of your legs a little bit. So straight back knee, and just lift your body up out of your legs. So your belly's off of your thigh. You can open your arms. When you're flexible in this pose, it's really easy to hang low in your hips. Keep it light and high. Top arm behind your back. Full bind or half bind. Once you've created the bind, keep lifting your torso up out of the bind and turning. Yeah. Well, it's a little harder there, isn't it? A full, soft exhale. Turn. Inhale, warrior two. Up and around. That's a killer, isn't it? Lunge. Take a big, bold, broad stance. The longer your legs are, the further apart your feet are going to have to be. Right about there. You have really long legs. Keep coming out here. Come on, little toes. They're like an inchworm. Like not coming. Lunge down. Left fingertips. Yes, that's a right sound. My friend in Canada says, keep going until you make the sound of like a cappuccino machine where you go, left fingertips on the floor at the arch of your front foot. Use a block if need be. Once you establish where your hand's going to be, bend your knee. Yeah, use your arm to keep encouraging your knee back toward your baby toe. You got it. Right arm in the air or reaching to the front of the room. Keep wrapping your left cheek under your body. You've got it. That's it. One more breath. Stay for the whole thing. Then hands to the floor. Strong belly. Pull your ribs up into your body as you step back. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Deep, deep breath in. And exhale. Again, a deep breath in. And exhale. One more of those. Empty, then look to your hands and move up to your hands, feet together. Once you arrive, halfway lift and fold down. Chair pose, sit back and reach your arms up. Now bring your hands into prayer position and twist toward Africa. Left elbow, go between your knees. Let's go for the bind. Left arm to the floor between your knees, right arm to the ceiling. You could be holding a strap. Wrap your right arm behind your back. Reach between your knees and hold hands on the outside of your left hip, not between the cheeks. There are plenty of straps in the basket at the front of the room if you need one. So create a bind. Lasso around your hip with the strap if you're using the strap. Once the bind is created, stay in a deep squat. Squat way down and make the right side of your body long. Every time you inhale, stay deep in your legs, but lift up your chest. When you exhale, turn it. 2 more like that. Keep the side of your body long. Last breath, open from here to here. Okay, unwind. Hang. Open your feet hip width distance, hook your big toes and stretch down. That's it. Powerful legs now, but ease all the way down your spine, through your neck, through to the crown of your head, long and easy. And if your legs are shaking, that's okay. I know it's not what you wanted me to say. You wanted me to say, take it easy and sit down and get a drink. You're going to be okay here. Just keep your legs strong, squeezing and active to your bones, but keep the flow of energy open by softening your joints, your knees, your toes, your spine, your shoulders. Release your toes, walk your feet together, chair pose, squat back, reach your arms up, all the way up. Sit into your heels, pull your belly and ribs in, hands to prayer position. Sit deeper, Caleb. Twist toward the bathrooms, right elbow between your knees. Keep your left knee bending just as much as your right knee is bending. Now with your right arm, reach between your knees. Left arm, maybe it's holding the strap. Wrap your arm behind your back as far as it will go. Then reach between your knees and hold hands or grasp the other end of the strap. Lasso around your right hip. Yes. I don't even know if this is yours, but it'll all work out. Make your side body on the left long. Squat deep in your legs, but lift your chest up and turn it to the ceiling. One more breath, one more breath. Unwind, hang. Open your feet hip width distance, stand on your hands, so palms on the soles of your feet, toes to your wrists. If they go that far, take them in under your feet as far as they go, your hands. Then push down with the balls of your toes and halfway lift so you can stretch out the capsule of your wrists. That's good, Scott. You're good. Let your shoulders relax. When inversions are done very calmly, with lots of grounding, they're a really powerful pose. So let's do this. Release your hands and step to the back of your mat and kneel down so that your knees are on the back of your mat. Once you're down, bring your forearms to the ground and wrap them so your palms come to your opposite elbows. Keep your elbows exactly there. Now you have measured. And open your hands and interlace your fingers so both of your baby fingers are on the floor. One is not stacked on top of the other. So all that on the ground. Then put your hairline on the ground and cradle your head with your hands. Pull your shoulders up to your hips. With your forearms, press down into the mat and hug your forearms in. And that's the action your arms should keep on making. Then turn your toes under, lift your hips up into the air. As you walk your feet into your face, roll off of the hairline of your head, back your scalp an inch or two more. So bring your feet in toward your face and stay in that stage of the pose. Pull your ribs into your body, so butt in the air, knees straight, feet walk toward your face. With your arms pressed down and hug in, there should be no pressure in your neck, very little on the top of your head. Once you've pulled your ribs in, Caleb, you're a little close to your back of your head, that's why you want to roll, so you're a little too far back. Once you've pulled your ribs in, hop one knee into your chest and flex your foot like it's standing on the ceiling. Keep your knee really tight into your chest as far as it will go. And then you can add the other knee if you want. That's it. Hug your knees into your chest. It'll be a better pose for you at first. That's it. Into your chest more, Bruce. Yes, right there. Breathe right there. So just give this a try. Arms pressing down and hugging in. Knees into your chest. Don't go for the straight legs just yet. Knees into your chest. Change your head's tilted just a little. There. I think that'll be better. Push down and hug in. One knee into your chest. Yeah, and then the other if you want. You don't have to. Right there. Push down with your arms and hug in. Okay, you can gently bring yourself back to a newborn pose, which is hips to your heels, knees together and arms back by your feet. I think it's pretty scary for people when they first learn to go upside down, But it's the best core strengthening exercises we could do is to be upside down. And it completely changes your perspective, flushes your organs in a new way with blood and oxygen. In hip openers, you should never experience feeling in your knee. In back bends, you should never experience feeling in your lower back. In inversions, never experience sensation between your shoulder blades or in your neck. So get to know what's happening in your body right now. Know if you have sensation in your neck or shoulders that you're going to really tune in to hear the instruction that would save your neck and shoulders on the second round. Let's go for a second round. Put your forearms down, measure palm to elbow, interlace your fingers. If you felt like you were going to roll over your head and onto your back last time, you've gone a little too far back on your head, so a little more close to the hairline. Put your hairline on the ground. Get really purposeful about pushing your forearms down and hug in. Know the weight on your head is incidental. It's not purposeful, so don't rely on standing on your scalp. Turn your toes under, lift your hips up into the air. Now walk your feet in close to your face and let your hairline roll, or your weight roll back from your hairline a little bit further behind it on your scalp. Pull your ribs in. It's a critical part of this. Then one knee into your chest. One foot facing the ceiling, then the second knee into your chest, the other foot facing the ceiling. That will be an amazing core strengthener. Right there, knee into your chest is the purposeful pose. That's it, Bruce, you've got it. Relax a bit. There's something to be relaxed and something to work. Freeze right there. Flex your feet. Flex them. Push into my hands. Push, push, push. You've got it. Yes, you're getting it. Calmly hold the pose. Breathe. Keep your shoulders lifting toward your hips and your arms pressing down and hugging in. You want a little bit of extra help, you can get my attention or Matt's or even Christy's. You can help the people around you. Help Ginny first. How you doing here, Laura? You have 10 more breaths to play with an inversion or this inversion. Want to try, Kathy? Okay. You can move on to a different inversion that you might be more comfortable with. You think about this, down and hug against me. That's the action. That'll keep your shoulders protected. Pull your ribs in. One foot to your butt and one knee to your chest. Nope, keep this here, like you're a ball. Yep. Now the other one, just like a ball. That's it. Push down and hug in. Push down and hug in. This is it. Breathe. After your 10th breath of whatever, keep lifting. Then you can come back to the newborn pose. That was child's pose with your knees together and your arms back by your sides. How'd that go? Okay, good. Your arms got a little wide here. Narrow, a little too wide. The action is right in here. That's it. Nope, keep them in your chest. Yeah, it'll teach you the core strength you need. Right here, strong. Yes. Push down and hug in with your arms. Okay. Downward facing dog. The inversions really aren't that scary, especially if you go step by step. Your body will take you to the next step when it's ready. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push the knuckle of your pointer fingers down on your hips back, then look to your hands and jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, long flat back, fold down. Come all the way up to standing, sweep your arms overhead. Wrap your arms for eagle pose, right elbow under the left. If your arms will cross and your palms will go together, do that. And then find the space, the height of your fingertips that makes your shoulders stretch the most. You can slide your fingertips up and down to discover that. Then stay in the spot where you experience the most sensation. Squat down, wrap your right leg over your left if you haven't done that yet. Keep your eyes fixed on one point. Bend your standing knee. Bend your standing knee like you're sitting in a chair. Yes, that's the pose. You've got it. Eyes fixed on one point. Stay in your breathing. Breathe. Face your eyes forward. Whoa, there you go. That's it. That'll be a brand new experience. Step out. Sweep your arms overhead as you breathe in. Left side, left arm under, left leg over. Goal is to stretch across the back of your hips and between your shoulder blades. Squat down as deeply as you can, but keep pulling your lower belly in and your arm bones back. Imagine your shoulder blades. Keep sucking these back. You're more slippery than I can move. Your shoulder blades, the back of your hips, and your ribs all touching a wall behind you. There you go. You can step out and sweep your arms overhead. Reach up and stretch. Then stand your left foot on the ground with your heel behind your middle toe, absolutely like your hand is a clock, hand facing 12 o'clock, not 11 o'clock. Hug your right knee into your chest. Now really suck your right thigh bone back so that you're standing straight and tall and you feel like you could let go and your leg wouldn't go anywhere. Stay with the bent knee and holding on to the bent knee, or hold your right hand outside of your right foot and extend your leg straight. Your choice. Legs forward, knee forward, thigh forward, foot forward, wherever you are. Breathe. You can just drop your right hip down to the ground. Soften your standing toes. Soften your shoulders. Open your leg toward Africa on the right. Look and reach to the left. That's it. Keep pulling your right thigh into your body so your hips stay square. Oh, press your foot down. You're going to maintain your balance that way. Breathe, ribs in, Barbara. There's a back bend happening. One more breath here. Bring your leg forward. Hug your knee into your chest and lift your leg up high. Then turn and reach to the back of the room. You can extend your leg, right leg long, and hold it with your left hand, or keep a bent knee. Reach to the back of the room. Keep your eyes fixed on one point. Press. Just press, Peggy. Yep. And then let your body turn. Yeah, feel the difference? That's good. Come forward. Hug your knee into your chest. Stand tall. Lift up. Hands to your hips. Press your heel forward toward the brick wall like you're pushing it out of the room. Keep your elbows pointing back. Bend your knee and inhale and stand tall. Exhale. Press your heel forward. One more time. Bend your knee. Now reach your arms overhead as you press your heel forward. Toes up to your belly button. Up to your belly button. A little higher. Then bend your knee, hands to prayer position, reach back, airplane pose. Arms back and wide, right leg back and wide. Activate your right lifted leg. Yeah, push your foot back like it's pushing that back wall out of the room, eyes fixed. You bring breath and balance to your section of the room. If somebody is falling, you maintain breath, stay in the flow. Doesn't matter if you fall down. Just get right back in. Jeff, press back with your leg. Press back into the wall. Press, chest up. Hands to prayer, half moon, face Africa, left hand to the ground under your left shoulder, right arm into the air. Breath, bring breath, right arm up. You've got it, you've got it. Right there. Keep turning. Yeah, right there. One more breath, look to the ceiling, reach up so high your bottom fingertips might even come off of the floor. Foot down and hang. Hang. Sway from side to side. Feet together, come all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms overhead. All the way up, arms overhead. Hug your left knee into your chest. Look at your right foot like it's on a line, heel and middle toe. Don't let it change when you lift up your other leg. Stand tall. Square, level hips. Yeah, just drop it down a little more, yes. Stand up tall. It can go down a little more and it'll happen by softening that knee. There, extend your leg if you'd like. Weird, right? Open your leg to the left. Look and reach to the right. Breath, bring breath. The balance will go if we don't have breath. Eyes fixed, belly strong, determined. Shoulders down. Bring your leg forward, hug your knee into your chest. Get really, really tall. Then switch hands. Left hand stays, right arm reaches behind you. You can extend your leg and hold your right foot or stay with your knee. Breath, bring breath, be determined. Shoulder down on your left. Stand up tall on your right side. That's it. Come forward, hug your knee into your chest, stand up tall. Take a deep breath in. Then hands to your hips, elbows back. Push your left foot forward. Bend your knee, stand tall. Don't lean backwards as you push your heel forward. Bend your knee, stand tall. Heel forward, sweep your arms overhead. Lift up out of your leg, up out of your lower back. Hands to prayer position, bend your knee, airplane pose. Eyes fixed. Fix your eyes on one point and don't change it. Reach your lifted leg back like it's standing on that back wall. Make it really active. Bring attention into your back foot. Chest up, leg up. Get light. Stretch, Kendra. Now push back on that wall. There it is. We'll work on a square hip later. This is a great next step. Hands to prayer. Turn toward the bathrooms, half moon, right hand down to the block or floor under your shoulder, left arm high. Activate your back leg. Lift it, lift it. Activate your back foot's toes. And if people around you happen to wiggle a little bit, you bring the calm into your area of the room. Bring breathing. And as you fall out of a pose, do it in a calm way with breath, with purpose. Here's your last breath. Look up. Now back legs, go high, fingers up. Look up, look up, look up. And step down, hang. Nice. Sway from side to side. Side to side. Come all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms overhead and we'll move in the flow of our breathing. So drop your right arm back. Shoulder, roll it back. Bend your right knee, hold your ankle from the inside, not your foot. Hold your ankle. So your right shoulder should be rolling back behind you. Lift up tall, just checking out your shoulders, and stretch forward. Keep your eyes fixed. This is the peak of the action right here. Press forward, press. Soften your standing knee. You can just keep retracting the shoulder back into your body as you press, so equal and opposites. Yes. Kick up and pull back with your lifted foot. Up and back, up and back. Flex your foot. Imagine it's pressing into the ceiling. Push it up, push it up, push it up. One breath. Come out. Windmill your arms around. Take the other side. Left hand, left ankle, palm faces out. Let me change this guy. This is a tricky grip. You're doing great. It's a little harder than restorative, right? Keep this arm straight. Press this hand forward. Yep. Keep kicking that hand back. Yep. Kick with your legs. Your legs are what's working in a back bend. Strong, strong legs. One foot, push it down. One foot, push it up. Yes. You're totally waking up your heart in this pose. Another breath. Step out. Windmill your arms around. Right away into the right side again. Right hand, right ankle, left arm up. Stretch up and kick forward. You've got it. Standing legs strong. Press and kick. Let your foot do the work, your leg do the work, and your right shoulder can just relax behind you. Keep letting that sink into your back. Oh, my body's cracking. I don't have a good grip on you. There it is. Come out, windmill your arms, take the other side. Left hand, left foot. Stretch up and go for it. Strong legs. Take your ankle if you can, Adam. Now activate your foot. Push it up. Push it into my hand. Reach with this arm. Opposites, opposites. Go. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Powerful, powerful legs. Really, your top leg should be quivering. Keep kicking it. Make your belly so strong your waist is long. All top feet should be wiggling in the air. Step out. You like that, huh? Right to the front of your mat, feet together, arms down. Don't fix anything right now. Step into the place of where the miracles happen. When you're wiping your sweat, it's going to go away. So right there, feet still. We can do sweat wiping in a second. Arms down. Get to know what's happening in your body. What's it doing right now? Can you feel it equalizing? Ooh, yeah, that's where the miracle is. You feel like you're gonna pass out a little bit. Scott just did restorative last week. This is new. He's like, what are you doing? You're doing good. Okay, tree pose. Stand on your left foot, sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh, and hands in prayer position. Now you know what was happening when those people walked out of class last week when you're coming in. It's like a wave of humidity and tropical air comes out of this room. You can interlace your fingers and press your palms forward and take your arms overhead. Create the action of your standing foot pushing down and your reaching hands pressing up like you're plugging in your foot into the earth, your hands into the heavens. You just in between are stretched as long as you can to hold the connection between the two. Take your eyes up to the ceiling. Take your chest up and reach your chest up to the ceiling. Long and lean, reach up, and then stretch your arms out and down, knee forward and down. Switch sides. You can always do tree pose on your back if you feel dizzy. Stand on your left foot. Make sure your heel is behind your middle toe. Like be unrelenting on that. Insist. Heel behind your middle toe. This is where your body will start to learn balance. You can soften your standing knee. Yeah, put weight into your big toe by softening your knee. This time interlace your fingers with the other baby finger on the bottom of the lacing. Then palms forward and up. Probably feels weird to switch the lacing. Resolve that you're going to have a new alignment. Every locked standing knee unlock and bring weight into your big toe. That's it. Just a micro bend is all you need to keep the energy flowing through that joint. Reach up and back. There you go. Step out of the pose and come to the front of your mat. Just take a deep breath in here. Exhale through your mouth. Chair pose, squat back and reach your arms up. 5 breaths here, make them powerful. Bring a new energy into the room, something you have access to from all the work you've just done. As you sit deep, pull your bottom ribs into your body so the sway of your back is filled up. Pull these in. Yes, last breath now. Look up and reach, stretch, fold to the floor. Halfway lift. Chaturanga as you exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step your right foot forward and lunge for warrior 1. Big lunge, reach your arms up. Turn to the left, warrior 2. So your hips, your ribs, and your shoulders, just face them to the side of the room. Flip your front palm up, then reverse the warrior. You can wrap your back arm around your back and reach for your front thigh as you stretch your right arm. You can straighten your front leg, stretch back even further. Now triangle pose. Right fingertips to the brick wall, hips to the back of the room. Then put your right fingertips on the block or floor behind your front ankle. Left arm in the air. So give yourself a powerful position of support, block or floor, go back there. Because sometimes we will utilize that third point of connection. Let's see. A little more here, and I wonder about that. Come back here. Keep breathing. Oh, there you go. How's that working out? You feel it in your left hip? Yeah. Good. Okay, hands to the floor, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, warrior 1. Big lunge, reach up, deep legs. Turn warrior 2, face Africa. Flip your left palm up, reverse the warrior. Deep lunge, keep your back hip coming, not quite that much. Right there. There, straighten your front leg, reach up and back, stretch. Triangle pose. You can set your fingertips up a little behind your front ankle. So when you finally agree to not touching your shin and you go to the floor, then it's hugging in close to your ankle. Give yourself some breathing room. Put your hand like 4 or 6 inches behind toward that side of the room, behind your front ankle. Then ease your chest open to the ceiling. Use your breath to soften places in your body that feel really hard and tight and fixed. Use your breath to just let yourself ease back, drop your head back. You can move your top hand back to my shoulder and press into my shoulder. Oh, there it goes. Know that you won't fall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. There. Feel the... I bet. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a deep breath in. Come kneeling down at the front of your mat. Take a little break. Knees together, feet open, sit your tush on the floor between your feet. Butt on the ground. If it doesn't make it to the ground, there are lots of blocks up here. You can sit on a block, small block, 2 blocks, big blocks, whatever works, and then tall in your body. Use your fists or your palms to push into the soles of your feet and out to your baby toes. Anyone for a block? Matt will bring one if you need one. Adam needs one. That's guy style. Tossing the blocks across the room. Let your shoulders just wrap back. Sit really tall in your body. Gonna put that under Karen's tush. Give her a little space. Nice, Kelly. Keep your knees hip width or closer together. And then you can lean forward if your knees are dying. This is a lot for your knees. It's good for your knees, but it could be a lot. So with tush on the ground, there's a little bit more to do in this pose. You should recline. Now the rule is this: knees cannot lift up. So determine how far back you should go based on your knees. If they have to lift up, don't go further back. Come to the point where your knees can stay on the ground. If you get all the way onto your back, consider tucking your tail towards your knees. So it's not really tucking, but it's moving toward neutral. There you go. So create the pose that's best in your body. That's it. You want to keep your toes pointing straight back instead of creating a W with your legs. Staying upright could be a perfect spot for you. Don't feel afraid to just keep that pose happening. An amazing stretch for your quad muscles, your knees, your ankles, and if you're sitting upright and all that feels good and you recline, you'll add more of a psoas stretch, front of your hips. Are you stuck now, Karen? Karen will be here for the rest of the day now. It's just coming to help you. Okay, all the way back up, tabletop, stretch your knees out one at a time behind you. So hands and knees on the ground, stretch one leg back at a time. One leg at a time. Stand on your knees, and if your knees feel uncomfortable standing, we're lucky to have a soft, squishy floor here, but you could add squish with these yoga jellies under your knees or towels, so those props are available if you need them as well. Next, you're kneeling down. Hands like they're tucking into your back pockets to just drop your tailbone down. Lift up tall, chest up for camel pose. The goal is to push your knees down and lift your chest up high. After that goal is met and it stays, you could add by reaching back for your heels. For some of you that's appropriate and some of you it isn't. To make your heels come closer to your hands, just turn your toes under. So hands can stay at your hips or they can move to your heels. Always knees down and chest up. That's good. You can turn your toes under too if you want to, Scott. That's it. Let your shoulders in the front be stretched. Good. Keep lifting up out of your lower back, Caleb. Always in a back bend. Be sure you have strong legs and you're lifting up out of your lower back. You can stay connected where you are. The way that you come out of the pose is to lift up even more, chest up to the ceiling and out of the pose. Hands to the floor, up. There you go, Bruce. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, stretch out. Come through your hands and sit down. On your tush, sit up tall, feet in front of you, legs long. So strong, powerful legs with your feet, with toes pointing up to the ceiling. You can pull your baby toes back towards your face. Sit up as high as you can. Be aware of what you're sitting on. If you're sitting on just squish, try to make it so you're sitting on bones. For some of you, that will mean softening your knees so you can get forward into the sitting bones of your pelvis. Now reach your arms out long like you're a mummy forward in front of you. Sit up really tall, so make the sides of your waist as long as you can. Stay with that, but start pulling the pit of your belly in so that you roll back on the mat. You'll need to roll over the back of your hips first. That'll happen by reaching your tailbone down to your heels. Keep your waist long, 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 over your hips. Now stretch your waist, put one rib down, freeze, push this in. There's the difference, feel it? Good. Once you're on your back, bend your knees, feet on the floor under your knees, hip width distance. You'll know your feet are close enough when you reach down with your arms and your fingertips brush the backs of your heels. Take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, push your belly down into your body, but lift your tail off of the mat. So just your pelvis has tilted. Pause there and be sure all the rest of you is still on the mat. Then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift your waist, but keep your bottom ribs on the ground. Can you do that? That's tricky. A lot of flexibility in that. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, one at a time, pick your ribs up, come up to your shoulders in this bridge pose. Create that your body looks like a sliding board from your knees down to your face. Now rock from side to side and tuck your shoulders way underneath of your body. You could even interlace your fingers behind you and press your hands into the ground. Now bring your concentration into your feet. Push down into all four corners of your feet. Make your feet really powerfully connected to the floor. With your feet strong like that, you can just soften the tops of your hips. You can soften your hips a little. Keep strong legs. Release your hands. Fingertips, reach them up to the ceiling. Stay up there. Flex your wrists. Put your hands on the floor under your shoulders. You can stay right here with your feet and hands pressing, or press your elbows straight. Hey, Matt. All the way up into wheel pose or a bridge pose with your hands pressing. We'll take 3 more breaths. 1, 2 more, 2. Last 1, 3. Come down for 1 breath. Don't hug your knees into your chest. Deep breath in. Exhale. Set it up again. Go for bridge pose. You want to go up? Do you want to hold on? Can you hold my ankles? Okay. Go for what you've got. Up into wheel, go. There you go. Just keep softening deep right in here. Soften, yep, and push your chest toward me. Yes. This is nice. Straighten your arms if you can. And come back down. Tuck your chin. There you go. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees open. Breathe. Let your spine get neutral. So it takes a long time to warm up for things like back bends and hip openers, and it's tough to ever get warm enough in the winter and the cold. So now it's warm, the room is juicy. A lot is really possible for you. Let's take 3 more back bends, 3 more wheel poses, because you're ready now. You're ready now. Press your feet into the floor, fingertips to the ceiling, flex your wrists, put your hands on the floor under your shoulders. Set it up, and up you go. First one, 8 breaths. Ease your shoulder blades together behind you. Keep your feet strong and powerful. You have a few more breaths here. You can explore taking your right hand to your right thigh and back to the floor, and your left hand to your left thigh and back to the floor. You'll need to be strong in your legs for that to happen. Come down. So like inversions, back bends can leave a sense of panic, feeling really exposed. Take a deep breath in, exhale and clean it out. Even if you feel good at back bends, come with a clean slate, ready to explore. And we've got 2 more to go. Each one of these we're holding for 10 breaths. On your mark, get set, go on up. Keep your strength in your legs. That's it. Thighs wrap into your front midline. You stand in your legs. There you go. That's it. Strong legs, strong legs. 10 slow, steady breaths. Slow, steady breathing. You can raise one leg into the air and then the other leg into the air. Give it a try. Explore. Is there something new available for you? Keep breathing. And come back down. Deep breath in. And exhale. Last time. Let's see, where will we play with this? On your mark. Hold on one second. Get set. Go. Okay, take this strap. You do Caleb. Underneath. Right at the crest of their hips. So get cheek, not lower back. And then they can just pull. Not up, towards you. You want to be more on his cheeks, less on his lower back. Get onto hips. Yeah, now towards you. This is a great way so they can eventually stand. Do you want to stand up? Up you go. Hi. Ready to go back? Hands in prayer position. Don't reach for the floor until the last minute. Go. See, then I can just go here. She's got all the support she needs. There you go. Easy. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles together. Knees open. Yeah, be really present right now. After the back bends, big stuff happens in your body. So breathe, be still, be present for what's happening. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Caleb. Hands in prayer position. Hips toward mat and go. Hands in prayer position. Don't open your hands till I say. Bend your knees. Hips toward mat. Keep pulling that. You got it. Go. You got it. Okay, knees to your chest. Hug them into your chest. Rock long on your mat, head to tail. Head to tail, head to tail. Long on your mat, all the way up to boat pose. Balance on your sitting bones. Put your hands behind your thighs and wrap your thighs into your front midline. Then straighten your legs. Push your heels forward. Push your big toes forward and pull your baby toes back. The more you keep wrapping your thighs so that they're straight. More wrap, Debbie, more wrap. In. Get those guys to go in, yes. More wrap there, Adam. Chest up. That's it, good. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock 3 times, long, head to tail. 1, 2, 3, all the way up. Straight legs, all the way up. Wrap your thighs, straight legs, and then arms out like you're hugging a tree. You've got it. The way to make it happen is like you're sucking your guts up under your ribs. Lift up under your ribs. It's your diaphragm that will lift. Get light. You've got it light. Everyone straighten your legs. One breath straight. Hug your knees and rock. You have choices on this last one. Come on up. Choices are to hold your big toes and keep your legs together. Hold your legs open holding your big toes. Or most challenging with flexibility, scoop behind your heels and pull your thighs in towards your chest from the outside. Scoop, straighten, hug them in, chest up, look up, look up, look up, chest in. Sherry, you do straight legs, reach from the outside. Reach from the outside and scoop your heels. Straight legs, feet together. Hug them into your chest, look up. Straighten your legs, straighten your legs, straighten your legs. Okay, hug your knees and rock. Courtney, hold your heels. 3 times. Come all the way up into downward facing dog. An active half pigeon pose. Take your right leg forward and create a box with your right thigh and leg. So your right thigh, make it so that your hip is behind your knee. As you look down, if you see an angle happening with your thigh, bring your knee over to the left more. Then walk your left leg back. You can keep your toes under and your thigh active. Now make both of your legs active like a pair of scissors that you're pulling closed so that your hips like a drawbridge lift up. So I'm going to give you this and go there. There it is. There you go. Now pull this up. Yes. Oh, there it is. Sherry's suffering, Karen. I'm sure you'll feel good about that. That's it. Make it really active. So nobody's in relaxation right now. Everyone's purposeful. Be very focused. Create action. It's there. You can fold forward. If you are so flexible that you're comfortably lounging on the ground, keep sucking your scissors closed so that your hips always stay elevated. A body comes flexible or a body comes strong. Strong and flexible tend to go together. So flexible, you're adding stability and strength. You wouldn't want to just sit on the edge of your flexibility all the time. Instead, you'd want to pull yourself just out of it. So does that make sense for the flexible ones in the room? Pull yourself just out of your flexibility with your strength. When you're an old lady or man and your hips are healthy, you'll be happy that you stayed out of your flexibility in this pose and into your strength. I said old lady, Karen. When you're in the nursing home and you fall down and you start to wonder, did I break my hip? And it's not broken, you'll say, oh, thank goodness for all that yoga. You guys are quiet. I guess this is easy because nobody needs to breathe. I should make it a little more challenging. Come upright, reach behind you with your left hand, and grab your left ankle. So you may have to curl around and get that ankle, but then turn straight and fold forward. You can lasso your ankle with your strap and hold your strap over your shoulder and fold. But everybody can bend their knee and fold forward somehow. If you need help, you need straps, ask for it, and then come all the way down. Keep coming, keep coming. Yep. Oh yeah, that's it. Adam, come all the way down onto your arm. Yeah, bend it. Bend your right arm. Put the whole right arm on the ground. Yes. There you go. Yeah. If you just can't hold on to your foot, your arm is not long enough today, you don't have a strap, raise your hand and I'll get you one. Just hold it overhead there. Down you go. That should make interesting your breathing. So you may experience, I always think of my thigh as like a water balloon that's about to burst in this. The only way to make that different is to breathe and create space with your breathing, bring ease. Avoid the urge to sit on your right hip. Let me take this. Move on to your left hip a little more. There you go. That's it. Okay, you can come up, downward dog. Our Tuesday night teacher, Briala, recently taught a backbending workshop. And it's really just the start of a series of body part workshops called how-tos, left side. So watch for the dates of the future how-tos to come up. You can take on those workshops to really understand, pinpoint specific parts of your body. Square your thigh, Kelly, knee in front of your hip. And start to understand how to get into the deeper parts of your body with greater curiosity. And totally radically change your practice. Why? When your practice changes, in my experience, everything about who you are changes. So it's a fascinating, curious endeavor. You can start by folding forward once you've made the scissor closing action of your legs. That's it, Adam. That's a good pose. Remember, flexible people, hold yourself just up out of it. You can always put a prop under your left hip. Bring this knee toward Africa so it's in front of your hip. Barbara, let's change your front thigh too. Let's move your front thigh over toward Africa also. Yes, and bring your shin up here toward your elbows. I think you seem like you have a little more in you. This comes right here. These really sticky days are the best days for yoga. The day when your body is really willing, like the heat is deep in your bones and in your muscles. So your body is lubricated and it's ready to do a lot. That's where you can get curious and really start to explore. That's why yoga trainings always happen in sticky, humid, hot places. Okay, you can work with your back ankle now. I think I got that. Strap or hand, capture your back ankle and fold forward. You know, everything you do in the whole practice up through the end of the series where we do the triangles, it's called the grounding series, that's all warm up. We have to do all that warming up to get ready for these floor poses. Yeah, you keep making this happen. The piece up here is this. Then fold forward and take your leg with you. I like to position my block so I can rest my right shoulder on it. I just feel more balanced that way. Probably make that block one stage lower. Should I pay her back, Sherry? Give her a little something back. This was a Sherry request. Yeah. Ready for the next step? Okay, if anything is under your left hip, take it out. And then sit over onto your left hip and swing your right leg around in front of you. So your bottom leg was the one that was in front before for the half pigeon, so your left leg. Keep it on the bottom and make it a box. So your knee is in front of your hip, your shin is square to the front of your mat, your foot is flexed. Not knee out to the side like you're going to sit like crisscross applesauce, but square. And then add the other one on top. Hang your foot off the side of your knee. I like to put a block under here and go for this pose. Now, for some of you, that's not happening. It looks more like this, and that's fine. You could work with this pose. For some of you, it's just super tight. This would be the pose. Bottom foot, not back by your tush, but forward. Yeah, so you're stacking it up like your shins are a stack of Firelog. That works. You can also take the bottom leg up if it's better for you. For him, I don't know, what's your name? Tina? I think you're flexible enough. Put your bottom leg down. Yeah. Yes. Yep. It might be helpful for some of you to put your hands on the ground and just scoot your tush out behind you. Yep, if you've got shorts on skin, so a towel between the skin points will help the slipping. And so maybe you're pretty comfy and you just support your ankle. You should have no sensation in your knees if you do raise your hand. Then you can wrap your right thigh out and down and lean into your right knee. Ooh, that feels good and bad. Scott, you're very flexible in your hips. If your legs are just stacked up comfortably and this outward rotation is easy for you and you're just not sure what everybody's uncomfortable about, you can fold forward. No, less crisscross. More, here. I'm going to give you this just to keep this stable. That out and down. Now just fold forward. Yep, you can reach forward with your arms. There. You feel it now? Okay. If you do not feel any sensation in this pose, raise your hand. Okay, good. A little bit more for you, Caleb. It hurts this knee? This knee, huh? That knee's not even in question right now. Oh, okay. Well, let's look at it when we switch sides. How's it going? Everybody's feeling good? You're going to feel really good the rest of the day for doing this. Your back will feel great. It's worth it. Ready for the other side? Just switch your legs. Other one on the bottom. Be willing to listen to your legs and hear a completely different story from this other side. Want a little stretch? You can follow Philomena's lead and take a reverse tabletop to stretch out your hips, or just switch. It's up to you. Bottom leg, make it square, make a box. Keep your ankles active. Feeling pretty flexible. One level is to fold down and put your forearms on the ground beside the outsides of your feet so you can press your baby toes into your forearms. Yep, I'd go with that. That'll work. And then keep your big toes pushing out. So you want to make this action present in your foot. So press right here. Push. Yeah, and just give that something to push against. Feel the difference? Let's bring this guy forward a bit. Right there. Yep. That works. This is good for your hips. Did we switch your sides yet? Okay. Sit, Laura. You guys both good? Did you need some adjustment? It feels good? It doesn't feel good, but you'll do it if I ask. Good and bad. Keep this really active, Mike. Yeah. Good. You can also press in on the outsides of your feet if you'd like with your hands. Yeah. Yes, and fold like that. Keep the action from hands to feet. You guys doing good? Plenty? Keep this flexed out. How are you ladies doing down here? Good, Ginny? Don't touch. Ginny said, don't touch. You can give yourself that self-assist or press into the soles of your feet. Press your big toes into your hands. Make space in your hips like that. Good. Enough? Okay. Release your pose. And let's go for Purvottanasana, straight legs, feet together. Point your toes toward the floor. In fact, take up a block if you've got one nearby. You don't have to have one. And squeeze it between your ankles. Really squeeze. Then lean back into your hands so your fingertips are pointing toward this front of the room. Open up your shoulders. Strong legs. Then lift your hips up with straight legs. Push your toes into the ground. So try to stand your flat soles onto the ground. Keep hugging the block. Yes, ankles together. Nice job. Keep pushing down with your feet. Rise up with your hips. Stretch out across your collarbones, across the tops of your shoulders. Reach and lift. I know it's a tough pose. Sit your tush down, hips down. Then your hands. Let's do this. Does everybody have a block now? Everybody have one? You can have this one in a second. We'll take fish pose on a block. The block goes here, the bottom of it around your bottom ribs, and then lay your spine across the block. You must keep your tush on the ground. Your head may or may not touch the ground. It'd be nice to have it supported though. So to find extra support, roll up your mat, use your towel, use your water bottle, butt on the ground, head working towards something. Your legs have lots of options, straight, bent, lotus pose, lots of choices. Don't want the block in your lower back though. Move your block. Tell me your name again. Rebecca, move your block back. Back 2 more inches. Now go. Yeah. Like at the bra line is where the bottom of the block goes. Here's your towel. Yes, once you get into the position, then allow your body to wrap around the block. Your head just dangling is okay, but support's pretty nice. There you go. It's amazing. You can hang it or not. This is an amazing pose. You can do this at home. Makes an amazing difference in your shoulders, in your neck, in your chest. So this is stimulating 2 energy centers in your body specifically. One is the area of your heart. So in the energetic anatomy of yoga, we call it your heart chakra. We talk about the element of this being like air, but think about how many of us have this part of our body, like our upper chest, front, and back. It's more like iron, like a steel trap, but its element's meant to be air, softness. But our lifestyle has us sitting and leaning forward and our shoulders rounding forward so much we become almost frozen there. So you can soften and open. Could leave you feeling vulnerable. Could leave you feeling like you're soaring. Whichever way you're feeling is the right way. And you just be present with what's actually happening. So you go into a soft breathing. I'm coming, Kathy. What can I help you with? You're good. You're just stretching. If you do this pose at home, know that the length of time to hold it for is as long as it feels good. There'll come a moment when you're realizing, I'm finished. The way to come out of the pose is to scoop a hand behind your head and tuck your chin into your chest and roll to your side. And you can definitely hold it at home longer than we just did. Then scoot the block out from behind you and immediately roll onto your back. If you have your mat rolled out, great. If you don't, just scoot it to the side and lay on the floor. It gets washed a lot. Onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Drop them to one side of the room and you look and reach to the opposite side of the room. Just a simple little twist. Be really easy on your body right now. You come from the softening of the fifth chakra or the fourth chakra of your heart, the softening of air. Also is opening up your throat, your voice, or your conscious creativity is what's assigned to the energy area of your neck. All that open. Now just ease. Be soft in your body. You can switch sides. Once you unravel, there's a cool eye towel near you. I'm betting that's going to feel pretty good today, and you're welcome to use it or not. On your face, on your chest, rolled up under your neck. As you unwind, come into shavasana. In shavasana, stretch your legs out long and wide. Set up your arms so they're by your sides and your palms face the ceiling. You can open them away from your body, but make it so that your shoulder blades just sit flat on the ground behind you. So take a breath or two to listen to what your body needs and to set the pose up in response. Make it so your lower back is comfortable. If you have to change your positioning, then change it. But make your whole body feel at ease. Once you've taken the time to be curious, to discover, to respond, take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Let the weight of your whole body settle into the floor. You don't even have to breathe a certain way right now. Right now, you have nothing left to do. The work has been done. You've had exactly the practice you needed to have today. It was perfect exactly the way that it was. You were the perfect teacher for yourself today. Be present for the miracle. Be still. Allow your thinking to be still. Before class, we were having an interesting discussion that said it's Mother's Day, and you almost just want to say that to everybody because you really just don't even know anymore who's taking on the role of being a mother. A person, an animal, anyone, male or female, lots of people perform the role of mother anymore. So just take a moment in the space that you're creating right now to have gratitude for yourself and any role that you hold as mother and for the people who take care of you as mother. Take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Hug your knees into your chest. Allow your whole body to be easy right now. And roll onto your side. With your eyes closed, come up to a sitting position. Arrange yourself that you can be tall in your spine, so if it requires a block or something else, use that. Sit really tall. You can keep your eyes closed and experience this space that you created. You were the teacher and you made this happen. In fact, the whole practice would have been different if you weren't here. It took each one of you for this to be possible. With an inhale, take your arms overhead and stretch up. As you exhale, bring your hands into prayer position at your heart and pause. Set an intention for the rest of your day. And 3 times we'll chant Om together. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep, deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. I look forward to seeing you next week. If you're choosing to stay for restorative, just make sure your name is on the attendance sheet. Baskets for the wet eye towels, spray bottles, and sponges to clean your mats. I'll see you next time.